Unleash your potential. Unleash your potential. Reach for the stars. Electric dreams align. Show them who you are. Unleash your potential. Yo, 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 let's go. One, two, three. Unleash you, bro. Embrace the vibe. Set it free. Your potential unlocked. Just believe. Psychedelic journeys, hearts aligned, step into the future, greatness redefined. Unleash your potential, set your dreams free. In a world of stars, become who you want to be. Stand tall in the storm, embrace the rain, ride the wave of success, break every chain.
Good morning to everyone. Thank you so very much that you joined us again. We appreciate your presence. We are inspired by it, and so we motivate ourselves by and through Kings 88.5 Weekend Motivational Talk. Unleash your potential. On this 29th day of November 2025, holiday in Liberia. Thank you so very much. I'm Sam Andrews. It's good that you join us.
Unleash your potential, reach for the stars, electric dreams align. Show them who you are, unleash your potential. Yo, 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 let's go. One, two, three, unleash and grow. Embrace the vibe, set it free, your potential unlocked, just believe. Psychedelic journeys, hearts aligned, step into the future, greatness redefined.
Hope that all of you are fine, doing good, motivated, spirited, enthusiastic, as I am on this holiday in Liberia, November 29. We are grateful to God, the Creator, who keeps watch over us day and night and lead us on the path of what He wants us to do as instructed by Him, not only but to lead His people motivationally on the other side of the divide. Again, here we are. We are grateful. If you just turn in, it is Kings 88.5 motivational talk called Unleash Your Potential. There's the potential in you, which is also the ability you got to make anything possible for you, it is the same as the effectiveness, whichever way you can call it, is just that everything that make up or constitute your being human. The creator don't have any error, don't have any say of any excuse that you do not have this, or he didn't give you what you ought to have. Of the thousands, millions, billions, trillions of people on the earth, everyone got the ability, and everyone got his own ability. No two persons got the same ability. Everyone different. Everyone is unique in himself or herself. If that is true, then we hold it to be evidently convincing that everyone's future is in his or her hands. No one's future is in the hand of another person, but every person's future is in his or her hand. No one is responsible for anybody above 18. Everyone is responsible for himself or herself because everyone got the potential to move on in life. Last week, our emphasis was on overcoming fear. Overcoming fear. That was our talk for last week. Overcoming fear. We couldn't have used any line better suited for last week discussion, but the words of the former American president, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, when he said, "There is nothing to fear but fear itself." There is nothing to fear but fear itself. Let's do a recap, very short recap. Then we get into something within that same realm or same category. Fear, last week we said it means the greatest obstacle, more dangerous than the actual problem we face on a daily basis. It paralyzes us, it prevents us from acting rationally, and that the main idea is that fear can be self destructive, making situations worse, and that is by inaction or panic. And we went on to talk about fear in its generality, that many people put on fear. And as they put on fear, it becomes their constant companion or their bestie. There's fear of death. People put on the fear of death. They put on the fear of danger, fear of disease, fear of acting. And the latter was our emphasis. We know that people are afraid to die. People are afraid of danger. People are afraid of contracting disease. And no one should ever take that as a legitimate fear or illegitimate whatever of contracting a disease. No, that would be too 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 low of a reasoning for anyone to think that way. That fear, in my opinion, fear of contracting disease, fear, yes, just fear of contracting disease is a legitimate fear. It means that you can prevent it. But fear of death, you can, you can. It's not legitimate fear, it's irrational fear. Fear of danger, a sudden, just like a rapture, it happens, it's an accident. So it's between rational and irrational. But the last one was our emphasis. Too often we say fear crippled people, keeping people from exerting themselves and moving out of their comfort zone. And then we talk about what fear is, that it is the feeling of danger or possibility of a setback, and it won't work if attempt is not made. That a person who is afflicted, a person who is afflicted with fear of failure, meaning that he resigned that if he attempts, he will fail. And that always becoming the possibility, the person feels the possibility of feeling so intense that he or she chooses not to even take the risk. The world and our culture have evidence of people who were afraid and who are still afraid today that they could not possibly succeed because they were afraid. They put on this thought that if I ever made attempt, I wouldn't succeed. And so they just didn't. We also, as part of last week recap, provided a way out of fear, slaying the giant of fear. How do you come out of fear? We suggested a couple of lines that could help if you find them feasible. That one, the first thing to overcoming fear is not to fear fear. That's the first thing. The first thing to overcoming fear is not to fear fear. Secondly, is to face fear and slay it by challenging yourself into any venture. And this involves risk taking if you must succeed. We also said last week, don't think negative. Don't put on any negative thought. Don't put on self defect. If you put on self defect, it might become a self fulfilling prophecy. Self fulfilling prophecy is a decision that one takes, resign within himself or herself that it's not possible, it's not going to work, hence, I will make no attempt. And truly, making no attempt, no result comes, that prophecy of self defect has been realized. Avoid self fulfilling prophecy in a negative way in your life. We also said from last week, recap or lecture, fear is not overcome from a person by taking medication. It is overcome by thinking positive and acting with conviction on a regular basis. Fear, medication does not take away fear. We talk about some uh, incidences, people about to do XYZ, about to meet a given person of stature in society, or have a responsibility to undertake, and then the fear sets in. There is the ambition first, the readiness, the joy, the excitement, the motivation. But when the stage is set, and then fear comes in, and you'll see some people that will go to the drugstore and get tranquilizing drug to suppress the fear. Some will take in a bottle or two of stout. Some will go and take their gin. And that way, they feel they will have suppressed, buried the fear, and they will become bold. We said last week that is not a solution at all. Don't ever try that. If you ever, it is just temporary. It is just temporary. The naturalness will still be there. Fear only goes away. It goes away with acting, and acting all of the time, doing something all of the time, taking the risks, and that with time it fades away. It fades away with time. That unless you take action, you will not come out of fear, and it will continue to keep you down and backward in life. With that short recap now, let's get into what we have for today. Just a reminder, if you just join in, this is Kings 88.5 FM weekend motivational talk called Unleash Your Potential. The lecture for this week, the motivation is boldness, unlock your future. Boldness, unlock your future. Boldness, unlock your future. Boldness, unlock your future. That is our lecture for today. Boldness, unlock your future. Let me start by dismissing the misconception that most people put on in society. One, there's the spiritual aspect or the biblical aspect. They will use Timothy, not Timothy, but Paul, motivation, encouragement to take the risk, given his youthful status at the time, that he would not be overlooked. What would be required to face up to the responsibilities he had and the people he was dealing with? Boldness. That one, Paul told him by that verse in Timothy 1:7, do away with fear, put on boldness. So you hear many people quote, say, God has not given us the spirit of fear, but sound mind, boldness, and on and on. That is their understanding. But the writer was telling his junior servant, given the culture, given what you're going through, the responsibility you got, and your stature, you will have to face up to the reality, and it involves risk taking, doing away with fear so that they don't look down upon you. His main advice was principally Timothy height. The responsibility was that the instruction, rather, you got enormous responsibilities ahead of you. If you must succeed, you got to put away fear because that is not a characteristic of God. It's not the characteristic of the Holy Spirit. Put away fear and put on the spirit of boldness. And the spirit of boldness is all about risk taking. And you see that with all of the guys. Paul put on the spirit of boldness. It was involved risk taking, put away fear, and the rest of the guys, even Jesus. That is the first biblical aspect that people put on, use that line just to dismiss that say, oh, God has not given us the spirit of fear, but boldness and Simon. And they think when they say it that way, then it's automatic. No. The second thing I should dismiss, there is a difference between boldness and aggressiveness. Most people take on being aggressive for boldness. When they are engaging into things, they say they're being bold, and other people who don't know flow with them and say they are being bold. There is a wider difference between boldness and aggressiveness. Aggressiveness means hostile or violent conduct. That's what aggressiveness means. Hostile or violent conduct. Boldness means willingness to take risk, willingness to take risks and act innovatively, willingness to take risks and act innovatively. Innovation is the same as creation. It's the same what you say creative thinking. The two are not the same. If someone is being aggressive, you hear people say, oh, that guy is bold, oh, and yet the person even brags about that. I'm a bold person. I don't take any nonsense for people. Me, I'm bold. No, that's being violent. That's being hostile. That's undesirable behavior. It's different from innovative thinking. Boldness is simply willingness to take risks and act innovatively. That's what boldness is. Willingness to take risks and act innovatively. Think, rationalize, analyze your situation, know whether it's worth taking the risk or not. So boldness is all about thinking. It's all about analyzing. It's all about rationalizing the situation that one finds himself in or that he faces and how to deal with it. Aggressiveness doesn't go with any rational thinking. If it ever had anything of analysis, it's by far less, more aggressive. Not what you see with most people. A bold person doesn't boast, doesn't brag, doesn't rant. Boldness is about thinking and acting right. If one finds himself or herself in a situation, how to get out. If he or she is confronted with a situation, how to solve that situation. Boldness is all about risk taking by innovation, creative thinking, and on we can go. That is our focus this morning. Boldness unlock your future. Aggressiveness doesn't unlock your future. Aggressiveness gives you the other side of anything if that is a future. You find yourself in a situation that you don't want because it's violent. People put you and say, do it. Don't do or say this. That don't allow anybody to look down upon you. The person XYZ you by insult, That thing can happen to me, and you see people moving, all of that, doing all kinds of stuff. At the end of the day, they begin to regret it because they find themselves in a different situation. But boldness is thinking futuristic, thinking towards the future, putting every creative thought, every creative analysis on how to get it working when it is not working, how to come out when there is difficulty, and on and on. Let's actualize boldness. That means let's go practical. Let's actualize boldness. How do you unlock your future? How do you deal with it? How is it? The first thing, the first thing about boldness, step step out of your comfort zone. Step out of your comfort zone. Step out of your comfort zone. Please understand this. You have heard this expression, comfort zone. So it's interpreted two ways. Many understand it to mean leaving where you are and getting outside. That when you leave where you are and you are in another place, you have stepped out of your comfort zone. Well, they might be right. But here is my understanding of that expression. It simply means come out of or drop your mental weakness and begin to think real hard so that you can have the solution that you need. Comfort zone is simply mental relaxedness. You're comfortable with yourself, you're comfortable with the environment, you're comfortable with everything. You just think that everything is okay, there isn't any problem, but yet you feel uncomfortable about something that is within your realm or that is affecting you. Instead of thinking and thinking real hard to find solution, you relax. You just get on the back bench and be a backbencher. So you are still within your comfort self. Getting out of your comfort zone simply means start thinking real hard with every possibility and conviction. And why you should think that way? Because you have the ability and you must believe in your ability. When you believe in yourself, when you know that you can, then you start coming out of your comfort zone mentally or out of your mental relaxedness. Within the space of no time, you can find a solution. That's the first step. Step out of your comfort zone and develop a belief in your ability. Believe in yourself. No one believes in you, then you believing in you. Did you get that? No one believes in you, then you believing in you. You ought to believe in yourself. Why you must believe in yourself? Because you got the ability, you got the potential, you got everything it takes. So now you move with the boldness. The boldness is the same as readiness. The second, in actualizing boldness, see failure as a challenge and a learning opportunity. Failure is not a failure until you see it as a failure. Then it becomes a failure in your life. But when you see failure as a challenge, a motivation, a wake up, get up, then it becomes something that you can learn from, because you will now begin to analyze that challenge and see what resulted, why it became a part, and you will find a solution to convert that failure into something that will get you going. Simple. Tell it. You have to understand what we talked about last week, fear, and don't bring it anywhere near boldness. The two are diagonally opposed. They are not the same. No, the two, they are not twins. They have no relation. The two can see each other. So if the two can see each other, then you don't bring them together. You keep them apart. But you have to understand your fear, which is the obstacle, then you push it off so that it doesn't come near you. And you do that by understanding it. When you understand your fear, then you will eventually set it aside, have nothing to do with it, give it no place in your life. And what sets in is readiness. That readiness is what is referred to as boldness, meaning you're about to take action. Whatever it is, you're moving. Whatever the breaks that is associated with boldness, you are moving. And you are prepared for the outcome of whatever action that you will take. Moreover, you must, in the actualization of demonstrating boldness, you must intentionally take on new challenges. Intentionally take on new challenges. You must intentionally take on new challenges. Did you get it? Take on new challenges. What new challenges? You're not fully aware, but you decide. That's what is referred to as risk taking. That's what boldness is all about. You take the risk. Sometimes you hear this expression say, okay, we're going to experiment this idea. Meaning they are taking a bold decision. They don't know the outcome, but they are taking the risk by the experimentation, putting aside all fears and say, with going. If we fail, we see it as an opportunity, a challenge, a motivation, but we can say, let's experiment this idea. Let's embrace this. Let's challenge ourselves with this one. And you see people do that in the house, in the community, at the business center, everywhere. You see people, not very many, few people do that. In the office, the boss can challenge himself to get certain things done. In the church, the pastor can challenge himself. On the business table, the lady can challenge herself. She's not aware of how it's going to end, but she decides to take the risk. That's what it is. Let me impute this line. It's a biblical line so that you will understand that boldness is all about taking the risk. It sometimes reaches a point that you just see the future as being blurred. It comes with so many things. There is a biblical line of boldness. There's this guy in the book of Philippians called Epaphroditus. He took risks at every level of his interaction with people to get what he wanted done as per the instruction. so much so that it had a toll on him. He did not understand the future, but he took the risk. And it is accounted unto him as reckless faith. That means boldness. He took risk, not understanding the future, but wanting something. That's what it's all about. Focus on what you are good at. Focus on what you are good at, and it will open the door of success. Focus on what you're good at. If you follow the lecture last week, overcoming fear, and the experiences, some of the experiences that we talk about, is in here. Focus on what you are good at. You got the potential in you. I do not know what you have, but you know what you have. I know what I have. The future isn't unlocked because you want a future. The future isn't unlocked because you feel impressed of it. The future isn't unlocked unto you because you think you are a human being. The future isn't unlocked unto you because you feel you are created by God. The future is unlocked unto you because you got the potential. It is only taking the bold decision to start actualizing your potential, what you're good at, what was imputed into you. If you are whatever you are, then you do it. If you are good at sitting down, like Malcolm X would say, fine, it is your ability. But guess what's going to happen? You're going to get a sit-down result. If it is your ability, you are good at plaiting hair, that is your future. You do it with boldness. If you are good at trading, business, whatever the products, that is your future. That unlocks the future unto you, meaning it opens the future. It brings the future before you. If your ability is to broadcast as we do, it opens the future. It unlocks the future. 2 weeks ago, in one of the lectures, we said that the future is not a specific place as other people would think, and they will be hoping that the future is not a warehouse with everything in it that one needs, but rather the future is the ability that God has given everyone to come from in out, and it's imputed into everybody. If your ability is to sing, which is in the biblical side they call gift, if it is your ability, if you're good at singing, that is your future. And too many people in the secular society, in the religious society, they got good opportunities coming their way. People go to church and he sees the lady singing, putting everything in it. The Hebrews would say very muchness, putting her very muchness into it, and people are attracted, and opportunity start to open and say, we need you to do this. We need you to come and do this. We need you to perform at our XYZ. What happened? The future starts widening for that lady. That's how some people got the future, and they are all over the world. That's how some people, they are in university, Irania, polytechnic colleges, they're not paying a dime because they were consistent at what they did. That's boldness. Don't bring fear around boldness. Push away fear, slay that giant, and move on with risk taking. Martin Luther King will explain it this way. He said, whether you win or you fail, be the best of whatever you are. That's your future. And look how he ended that line. He said, even if you build your house in the wood, W-O-O-D, even if you build your house in the wood, the world, W-O-R-L-D, the world, the culture, the society will make a beaten path through to get you out. Meaning, if you based on your gift, your talent, your ability, and you are living in the tree, the wall will go after you. They will carve that wood open and bring you out just to use your talent. The wall will need you. That's what he meant with boldness, getting his people ready at the time, giving them the courage, the hope, brushing aside fear. When he said, whatever you do, whether you win or you fail, be the best of whatever you are. It means you have the ability. Use it. Just do what you're good at doing. That's boldness. Do what you're good at doing, and it will open the door of success to you. God gave everybody one gift, one ability. Not two, not three, not four. He gave people different as per how he envisioned it. If it is your ability or your ability to play football, devote time to it. Put every boldness into it. If it is your ability, you got the ability to rally people, that's your future. And I can tell you how many people got opportunities coming their way at different times in different ways. Just focus on what you are good at. Do away with fear. Take the risk. That's boldness. The future would not be decided by you. You don't know the future. And even God told us that we should not brag of it. Only He alone knows. But using your ability brings you opportunities. It opens the window of opportunities onto you. That's how you excel. In actualizing or using boldness, you also need to believe in yourself, believe in your ability that you can succeed, you will succeed, because you are ready to take the risk. Boldness involves encountering failure, but do not see it as dead end. You will encounter failure, but don't think that it is the end. Do not see it as dead end. See it as a motivation to keep attempting, keep doing until satisfactory answer is found. Don't make one attempt and you give up. And that's how many people are in the world and in our culture today. They make one attempt, they give up. And they say, oh, I try. It's not working. And I don't know what I need to do now. No, that's not how it works. When you make the first attempt, it doesn't work. You have to make the second attempt. Boldness goes with repeated trials. Keep trying. Keep trying. That is what it is. A boldness aids that you will be successful. You take the risks. The risks, not all, will be favorable for you, but you will keep attempting. One attempt, and you use that as a conclusion that it is not possible, it becomes self-fulfilling prophecy. You will not. In actualizing boldness or demonstrating boldness, Don't worry about what other thing about you. Don't worry about what others or what other people think of you. Don't don't do that. Boldness, don't take into imagination that these people are thinking, or I'm not going to be successful, or how am I going to do it? Don't think about other people. Boldness does not. No, boldness has nothing to do with how people think about you or not. A bold person is focused, is determined on what he has, what she has before her that is achievable and is ready to take the risk to achieve it. Don't don't worry about what other people are thinking about you. When you bring other people into your boldness equation, you get yourself distorted, distracted. You're not going to take the first step because they become your problem now. You will be thinking about them, then you can think about what you got to do. Don't worry about people. Don't bring people in your boldness equation. It's not what they're thinking about you that will determine. It's not how they feel about you that going to determine the outcome of what you intend to do. No, don't do that. Just focus on being authentic to yourself. Focus on being yourself. Focus on your goal. Take every boldness with every readiness and know that it is possible. See challenges as opportunities. See challenges. These things will happen. You have challenges coming. We talked about failure earlier. There is nothing called failure in practical term, in reality, but it becomes failure when you make it a reality. That means you resign to the fact that you have failed. So failure has failed you because you give it a reason. You actualize failure. You give it that flesh of humor. See failure in life as a challenge that gives you a new perspective. Every time you hit the rock, don't give up. Just see it as an opportunity to start rethinking. And then you get out of it. Every challenge, every failure, see it as an opportunity. See it as a challenge. See it as a motivation. Don't resign to anything in your endeavor, in your boldness, as failure. Every time there is a hurdle or obstacle, just say to yourself, this is a challenge. This is a motivation. Once you can resign within yourself that this is a motivation, it means you're ready to think it out to get out. But when you resign to the fact that, oh, I fail, I will fail, you wouldn't. It means you've already weakened yourself. You've already gone into your mental comfort zone, mental weakness. See challenges as opportunities. See failure or failures as challenges to stir you up, to propel you to move forward. See challenges as opportunities to improve rather than setbacks. They are never setbacks until you make them setbacks. As we gradually wind down, another way you can succeed with boldness is don't wait for a perfect plan. Don't wait for a perfect plan. Don't say to yourself, I need a perfect plan before I can get started. You've defeated yourself already. Trust your boldness and take inspired action. That's what I can say relative to that. Don't wait for a perfect plan. Don't attempt to develop a perfect plan. You wouldn't get it. You wouldn't get it. Because if you just sit and say you want a perfect plan, you'll be thinking how to get that perfect plan. And you put yourself in a situation that you will be between the rock and the hard place. What you have is what you use, and it's called inspired action. Just inspire yourself with what you have. You just need self-inspiration. Persistence in finding answers builds confidence and shows boldness. Persistence in finding answers builds confidence and shows boldness. Then, the role model impact. The role model impact. The role model impact. As we conclude this lecture, Boldness, Unlock Your Future, let's talk briefly the role model impact. Surround yourself with positive influencers, or simply put, bold, influential people. 2, look for role models who exemplify boldness and learn from their stories and actions. Connect with a larger purpose, and it will inspire you to be bolder. And here's the conclusion of this lecture. Here is the conclusion of this lecture, Boldness on Kings 88.5. Boldness, Unlock Your Future on Kings 88.5. Last week, we talked overcoming fear. We said the first thing you must do to overcome fear is not to fear. It's not to fear fear, but face fear and slay it. Fear opposes boldness. Fear opposes boldness. Stick it in your mind. That's how we go home. Fear opposes boldness. And if you must develop the boldness for any breakthrough in life, you must not give place to fear. Resist or fend off fear with boldness, and boldness will unlock the future unto you. Thank you for being with us. That's all the time we've got for this week's lecture, Kings FM 88.5 Weekend Motivational Talk. Unleash your potential. Last week, we talked overcoming fear. This week, boldness, unlock your future. Next week, we move in from today up to next week with every boldness to develop another societal idea to help us all. Thank you again. We're inspired by your presence. We appreciate every one of you. Have a wonderful, great, people usually say happy every day, every yearly event or so, say happy. So it's a happy national holiday from us here at Kings FM. Kings FM 88.5 Weekend Motivational Talk. Unleash Your Potential returns next week with another lecture. I'm Sam Andrews.
Unleash your potential. Unleash your potential, reach for the stars, electric dreams align, show them who you are, unleash your potential. Yo, 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 let's go. 1, 2, 3, unleash and grow.